What's up everyone, film fighters and film fights fans? Welcome to Film Fights TV. We're back, we're not dead, we're alive, and we're doing a Film Fights TV for this film fight. The theme was open, and it's all about waiting for something to open. Also, Eric's here.
Hey, and I'm opening my heart and mind.
Film Fights TV. We set the rules, you make the films, you decide the winner.
Let's get right into it.
Our first film is from MWP, and we're gonna watch it right now.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to open the bottle.
So, are you just waiting for that bottle to magically open itself?
No, I'm not stupid. I'm trying to open it with this.
How about... How about you something like this?
Hey!
See?
Oh.
Okay, Open It by MWP. Justin, what'd you think?
Alright, here's what I liked. I thought this was a fun idea. I love the psychic powers angle of it.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny. I thought especially the guy, his sort of sense of timing, the comedic timing, either in performance or editing or both, was really good. I thought he was funny in like a really nice, subtle way. The idea was funny, and there was a lot of funny moments. I think there was, at least 4 or 5 times where we were both chuckling out loud.
Yeah, was she like digging into like her rear end?
Yeah, that was kind of
rummaging around.
That's another thing I liked. I thought the sound design was good. Like there was some nice subtle like plotting, funny like cartoon music in the background. The sound effects of like all that stuff you could tell was done after the fact.
Yeah, it's good that you guys actually thought about that, because a lot of people don't add that extra layer, and that's so important to making a compelling and interesting and viewable film.
So Justin, what do you think they could do better?
I thought your shot, I'm guessing it was just a tripod and then the two of you, no one actually manning the camera, because your focus was off in a couple different shots, and you had very strange framing. You were cutting off the tops of people's heads.
Yeah, the framing definitely could have used work. I think you could have definitely gone a little bit wider for the wide and then a little bit closer, and obviously, don't want to, they call that giving him a haircut in the biz. I think your white balance was a little off. It was kind of yellowy. But other than that, I thought, the big pieces, the pacing, the comedy, the idea were all there, so I liked it. Good job.
Thanks, MWP.
What does it stand for?
Murderers with Promise. Our second film is Locked Out by Matthew 13 Productions. Here it is.
Oh, I left my keys.
What are you doing out here?
That was Matthew 13 Productions. Eric, what did you think?
Well, first of all, I loved his hat.
It's a nice hat.
So right off the bat, I think that was my favorite. I haven't even seen the third one, and it wins.
He already voted for you.
Yes. No, but seriously, I thought it was a funny idea. I definitely, technically, I think you did some really interesting things. I really like that pan in the very beginning. Great hat, did I mention that? And I think we may disagree here. I liked the sort of dissolves back and forth to show as time was passing and you're like, he's bored, he's been there for a long time. So I actually like the way you did that.
I love that opening shot with the panning, and I can imagine, like, even with just like a little cheap mini jib, how great that shot would have looked. It's just a nice little cinematic touch, and I'm always a big fan when the opening shot is one of your best shots, because that's the thing that people are going to see for sure, and is going to draw them into the rest of your film. I would say things to work on. Really, for a short film, it just dragged a lot in the middle. I personally wasn't a fan of the fades. It threw me off a little bit at first because I thought maybe he was like warping or like like Back to the Future style disappearing or something like that. It just felt like the pacing was a little bit weird with those, or maybe like jump cuts or a little like cheesy clock wipe or something, a sound effect, something that would inform the time passing thing even more. The sun, you know, dipping beyond the trees. Just, I think it needed like another element in between those things to let us know that time was actually passing.
My only other critique is that the payoff at the end was not the best. It was funny, I guess, like that was his house and he should have knocked. It was unlocked all along.
I don't know if I really understood the payoff. Like, it would have been funny if he was at the wrong house. Like, there were two identical houses right next to each other, and he was just at someone else's house. And
that could have been good.
I don't know. Like, there could have been some bigger visual gag at the end there, and as well, I think in that middle being bored montage, we're in this very dull, static shot far away from the house. Like, we should really, except for the scenes where he's like blah, 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 but we should really be in it with our character, feeling his pain, feeling his frustration of being locked out. There's so many like dumb, silly jokes you could have had in there of him like counting blades of grass or all kinds of stupid, silly things that people do when they're bored to really sell that idea more, because that was the meat of your film, was essentially just nothingness. So if you would have made that an actual joke and a little more funny, thought a little bit more about it, I think the film would have flowed better. A lot of good things going on, but just think about your story more next time and you'll have a great heavyweight entry. Thanks for your submission, Matthew 13 Productions.
We liked it. Okay, our third and final film is Opening a New Day by MG Films. Let's watch.
Alright, that was Opening a New Day by MG Films. Eric, what'd you think?
Well, I thought it looked very pretty. There was a lot of well thought out, very pretty shots. The pacing was pretty good, sort of this progression of this person waking up, but I was definitely a little confused about what happened at the end, like what I get the guys waking up and then it's like bam, dance party. It didn't really have much of a story. It was just more of like a little vignette thing.
One thing that I noticed that I really liked was in that great dolly-in shot. I think he was using like an After Effects filter to have like the light streaming in.
I didn't notice that it was digital at all. Like until he said something, I was just like, oh, okay, well he did the shot this in the morning, you know, like. So.
And plus he had a Wisconsin shirt on, so I'm from Wisconsin. Like, I don't know if you knew that, but it's a pretty big deal to put that in there. So right away, like, you already have at least 3/4 of a vote for me. So you're already shooting some great video. I think you maybe need to partner with someone else, like a great storyteller you guys can combine your skills of a great story and great shooting, and you'll have like a really great film team, because I saw your credits, it looked like it was just you.
Yeah.
You can find someone else.
It was really pretty and it was edited really well. So clearly you have a lot of the technical stuff under your belt. And it's just, you know, injecting a little more story, because really that's the most important.
It just didn't make any sense.
And most importantly, was Leonardo DiCaprio really still in a dream at the end or not? I think that's what we wanted to know.
I need to know. Thanks for your submission, MG Films. We're looking forward to what you do next time.
Definitely.
Alright, so we've seen the 3 heavyweights. It's time for us to decide a winner. Remember, guys, We don't actually pick the winners on Film Fights. You guys do. So if you haven't gone to filmfights.com and voted yet, go and do it. Cast your vote. Let us know who you think was the best. But first, Eric, tell us what you thought.
I'm going to vote for the first one, MWP, because while out of the three, I would say probably the production value of that one was in the middle. The story and the performance and the acting was definitely the strongest. For most people, story is always king. MVP's video could have been probably a lot technically worse, and I probably still would have voted for it because it had the best story and progression. But my vote, MWP, open it. Yep.
Use your mind to vote for it. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think this is a case of where if MG Films would have collaborated with MWP and made MWGP Films, we'd have had a really fun, super great entry because you guys are both great at different things. But in the end, I really did have a fun time watching that first one and just rummaging, just that girl rummaging through her rear end bottle opener. She's like a drug mule, but with bottle openers instead of cocaine. So my vote goes for MWP as well, giving them the Film Fights TV victory, which means absolutely nothing. But regardless, check out filmfights.com to vote or just to see the new fight that's gone up. Also want to shout out our middleweights, T. Daco Productions.
Mad Martian Films.
Ooh, I like that name.
That's cool.
And Amag Productions. Thanks for submitting. You guys are middleweights, maybe heavyweights next time. Check out all the future fights if you guys are thinking about submitting to Film Fights at filmfights.com/future fights. Get the scoop on what's coming up next. Of course, if you thought we were right, or if you thought Eric was right in his votes, if you thought I was right in my votes, leave us a comment below. Tell us which one was your favorite, and let us know if you voted over at Film Fights down in the comment section below.
If you didn't vote, don't even comment.
Ugh.
Just get out of here.
Go.
And comment, and then come back.
Scram and subscribe.
Vote. Yes.
And unsubscribe and resubscribe.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate you guys checking out Film Fights TV. And thanks for submitting. Thanks for checking out Film Fights. And have an awesome day. And, you know,
YOLO.
YOLO.